Party Chat Podcast, episode 32. We're coming at you February 20th. I'm here as always, joined with my super co host, leveling up the podcast as always, Sebastian, NAD614. How are you doing today?
Hey, good. Yourself? Having a
Doing
good
well,
time?
thank you. Yes, as
Nice.
always. It's
Oh, there you go. Just Google talking to me there.
Google wants to be a part of the podcast as well, it seems.
I know, right?
Here at Stadia Party Chat Podcast, we are two Canadian gaming enthusiasts, both founding Stadia members who love the platform, enjoy sharing the news, discussing rumors, and just having fun at the same time. That's what we're about here at Stadia Party Chat Podcast. So get ready for that. Today we got Destiny 12 filled with lots of new stuff coming at you before Witch Queen reset in I don't know, T minus 48 to 72 hours. Crazy.
It is crazy.
We got some news as always. Valhalla's got some new stuff. Rainbow Six has a spillover event, and Jackbox 7. Nads and Rudigs try to play and realize that it is only couch co-op.
hmm
Zombie War 4's got some DLC, and there's a ton more. So let's get into it as always. Start off on the top. What have you been playing this week?
A lot of Destiny too. I've been just grinding, farming, and practicing the raid with you, so we can be ready for day one, right?
Oh my
So,
gosh, what a scene this morning. I never done Riven legit. Not only did we do Riven legit, but we did it with the modifier, like making sure we did the challenge, which was destroying the eyes within a certain amount of time or something like that.
hmm Yeah, no, it's a good practice to do as a team. Even more like if you have less people that haven't done it, it's like almost doing like a day one raid or something, right? So there's a lot of coordination to do. There's a lot of talking. I was quite happy that this time I was just like doing ad clearing, and then get the opportunity to other people to be able to do the eyes and like go with the ball and get in that position. So it was a good time. I think it's always a good practice. I always like to do that one. It would have been crazy on day one though, because the amount of thing you have to do, right? And you gotta think like we were doing a lot of damage. If in that time you didn't do a lot of damage, so that means you had to drop down, get those zits on, we call it zit, but whatever bubble on Riven, and then like rinse and repeat, and you got to do it again. So it
Oh
must have
my
been a
god.
3 phase. Like, yeah, that would have been crazy. And
That
then
boss
like you get
phase.
teleported. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's pretty
After all
crazy.
those encounters too, because it has an extra encounter in the raid. Oh my goodness.
hmm
And then you got
And then
Queen's Walk after. You're
yeah,
like, yes, I'm done.
exactly.
Nope.
No, you're not. Can you imagine if you get to the end, you kill Riven, and you're like, what's happening? And everybody wiped because people didn't know to go in his mouth and shoot the heart or something like that. They're
Oh,
probably like, what did we miss? What's happening, right? I would like to watch those video. I need to look it up, but like, it's pretty amazing. It's a fun raid to do. I'm hoping Witch Queen's gonna have a raid similar. I have a feeling we're gonna fight Taken again, so it would be nice to be able to wear those Taken resistance mod or anything like that in a new raid. Maybe it's not gonna be working. I don't
mm,
know. They're probably gonna make us farm for the new armor set for the raid, right? So,
yeah.
other than that, that's pretty much it. We tried Jack Party Box. Is it Jack Party Box?
Jackbox 7.
Jack's box, yeah. We tried that yesterday. That was quite interesting. And chorus, right? So I tried a little bit of chorus. That was pretty much it. I didn't play anything else really. I played some Destiny 1 on Xbox 360 just complete the story. That was pretty much it. Get some nostalgia. It was good practice though. Do
Yeah,
that.
I myself logged into Chorus free demo, obviously, which was pretty easy to just load up and play. Graphics, game looked beautiful. as I was flying through. The story behind it, having this like darkness, she's whispering to herself as she's using these powers. Obviously, they put you into like the middle of the game because there's no way you start with all of those powers. I think you and I were having the same issue, which is we were getting a little bit overwhelmed with all of the firepower coming at us, and
Yeah.
also fighting in like a 360 environment when you're in a jet is kind of a whole different mindset of, how do you clear the ads? How do you
Mm.
get from here to here? And how do you not stay still? Because staying still seemed to be the end of you in any circumstance.
Yeah, I found that it was like, yeah, like you said, it make you start way later in the game because it could tell you a little preview what happened. Because I know when you start only with like one type of gun or something, and you slowly unlock them. And I'm guessing the enemy are not as strong. So like, so to get to that point, you have time to get some skills or how to use like all the abilities, how to move around and stuff like that. So I think as if you start from the beginning, it might be easier to learn. Where like the demo just make you jump right into it, and you got to figure it out, right? So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, there
but
was
good
some
try.
cool aspects. Yeah, and I'm glad they offer the free demo. So I
Hmm.
wouldn't have been able to see it other way. But the other point I was bringing up while we were playing that was another game from Deep Silver, which is very interesting because they were the ones who brought Saints Row 4, I believe.
Mm,
I could be wrong with that, but it would be interesting to see what else Deep Silver is working on. Maybe coming to Stadia. So
mm. That would be nice. I feel like there's more and more interest into coming into Stadia, so that's gonna be good for sure.
yeah.
Cool.
Other than that, we tried to play Jackbox. It is a couch co-op only. Do not try to play online because
We tried
Nads
that.
will be staring at his screen like, I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know what you're seeing, and I'm like, it's a sentence. You gotta. And anyways, it's a bit more chaotic. Um,
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. Like, it was quite interesting. I think I plan to try it with my wife later. We mentioned about it. I was like, we can try it. It's pretty cool though. You use your phone. I thought you had to connect your phone to Stadia to play it, and no, you don't even need. It's even
that's a
simpler
website.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to jackbox.tv, you enter the code that's on the screen, and you connect it to the game. It's
Mhm.
quite simple, and I like that idea. I like. I think I'm gonna have to try that at the family party or something like that. So I think that would be a good experience.
Oh, so there's actually a lot of Deep Silver games on Stadia. Windbound,
Mm.
um, Metro, Exodus.
Oh,
Those
that's them.
games,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, we could be seeing some of these other titles. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, but Saints Row self-made. Okay. Gods Will Fall. I thought I heard that was coming for Stadia at one point or another.
That's quite possible. I don't remember if we heard about this one.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up another time, but yeah, I would check them out. Maybe something like Dead Island I could see coming to Stadia. That was a pretty fun game. I've played that on other
Mm-hmm.
consoles. But yeah, cool. What were we on to next? We are gonna
Wob.
go through the Tawab, the Twizzy. So this week at Bungie, we are going to go to your share screen, I believe.
Yeah, I'm
So
sharing. I don't know if you see it. I need to activate. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. All right. Sorry.
cool, cool.
So, to what this week, as you can see, that we're gonna talk about Gambit, but at first, we're just gonna go to the trailer. I don't know if it's like playing very well. So there's a new trailer for Destiny 2. Um, it's for the Witch Queen, and in there there's like a lot of hint of what's to come. So you see her in two different form. You see that image of like how the hive became with the worm. You see her holding a worm, yeah, and you see the traveler in background. It feel like we're gonna find out
Hmm.
how the hive got in contact with the worm and got in contact with the traveler. Maybe a traveler was in their world before, similar to the Fallen. Who knows, right? It's pretty interesting. I'm quite excited to find out what's gonna happen. They're just showing a bunch of other things. Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be very good. But that's the trailer. I'll suggest to watch it. Pretty nice. Show some of the guns of the weapon, some of the 3.0 Void 3.0 movement, and so on and so forth. But I'll keep moving. I'll suggest to go look for yourself. The next video, it's like a video about the glaive, the new weapon type. You get more detail about it, the look of it, and how to use it. You also get some feedback from the developer, what they did about it to become it, like to use the glaive. One of the things they mentioned is that it was overpowered at first, and they had people to try it out in PvP and so on and so forth. So they're pretty happy it was overpowered, so then they can lower it down. I can see it like being still overpowered, and they're gonna have to modify it. But basically, it's a new type of weapon, right? You gotta look at it like it's not a sword. It's not like it has its own freaking type. So I wonder if we're gonna see a different type of frame. In the video, you can see there's different look of it. There's one with the blade that's very short and narrow, and I'll fast forward. At some point, you'll see the blade is bigger, like right there. Um, oh my God, I'm not clicking. Yeah, you can see the blade is thicker at some area later on, where usually it's like short, like it's long and narrow. So I don't know if it's going to be dependent on the class, or maybe that's going to be the legendary, and the exotic is going to be that normal style. So quite interesting. Happy to see that. That's a nice video if you're interested to find out more about the glaive. um, Moving on. So now, all right. Type for Gambit. So Drifter needs some love because we all know Gambit have some difficulty. I like to point out the funny thing that they mention. Try to, yeah, right here. Destiny think or Bungie think that Gambit has a healthy and stable population. Yeah, I think like you always see the same people, but yeah, that could be. At least now we find a game all the time with crossplay, make things easier. But yeah, all right, sounds good. The big change is coming up, so I'm gonna go over it. There's a lot of info. First of all, engram focusing. So it's gonna be similar to trials. You're gonna be able to use your engram and focus it into a weapon or armor that you like. It's not gonna be a random drop or anything. So quite interesting. They're gonna be doing the same thing to all the other playlists eventually. So that would be cool. So if you want to farm for a specific gun and you already had a drop of it, you just focus it. I like that. It's same thing as in Brawl Engrams. So the other thing they talk about, like some of what they believe is the importance of Gambit, right? So in there, some importance is that you can showcase your PvP and PvE skills like in it, because it's the idea is to merge the two. A good invader could turn the tide of the match, but it shouldn't be enough to actually kill the other team, if that makes sense. Make it like that they cannot come back, because that's what we've seen a lot, is that an invader come kill everybody with the 15 modes, and now you're way behind, and during that time you kill everybody, the rest of his team was still like banking, so then like there's no coming back. So that happened a few times, so they're gonna fix that. They're gonna level the ground. Ammo, and the thing with ammunition is that sometimes you can get heavy, sometimes you cannot. So they're gonna change that way. So that should be interesting. We'll talk more about it. They're gonna change the way the match are a little bit. So the outcome is not predetermined from like the beginning of the match. Like I mentioned, you have a good invader and everybody's banking a lot. You stuck with, I don't know how many what you call them, how many of those like guys blocking the blockers, and then you cannot bank and they're draining you and there's no way to come back. And also the next thing is that they're gonna make the primer vault more exciting to kill, more gratifying, like hard nightfall. So they split up within 5 category, right? Core activity, ammo economy, primer vault tuning, invasion, and reward. So going over the core activity, so they're gonna add the freelancer node, which is quite interesting because if you want to play Gambit by yourself, you don't want to match up against a team of 4. So that's gonna be helpful. The main thing they're saying is that it's not gonna be a long-term solution. They're gonna look into investigating to remove it in the future, so they don't split the population really. So that's the idea. It makes sense, right? Respawn location change. There's going to be some oh sorry, no, not that yet. Rotating seasonal selective of curated encounters starting season 16. I'm not exactly sure what they mean about that. From reading to this, it looks like they're going to be sticking with one type of enemy for like the season and then gonna rotate the next season so you can learn the pattern or like know where to spawn and stuff like that. So it's quite interesting. Don't know what I can take out of that. What I just mentioned before, the respawn point, I've changed it. So like if you die and you respawn at the beginning, you don't have to walk all the way across. I think it's gonna make you respawn closer so you can get back into the action faster. The other thing is like the moats. So let's say you have 15 moats, you get killed by an invader. Right now, you lose all those 15 moats. The change is that you're gonna drop half of your moat on the ground so the rest of your teammate can pick them up, which I love that. It's gonna make the game. It's gonna be making like an invader not to what do you call it, not to kill the whole game, and it's gonna give a chance for people to come back or the other team to come back. The next thing they're talking about is the revive. So if I don't know if you've seen that issue, I've seen it many times. You go revive someone and it auto revive, and then they respawn all the way over there. Now it's not even worth it to go revive someone. You just let them be, and they're gonna revive. So they're gonna make it the 2 second earlier. So like they don't auto respawn right away, so you have time to res them. So I think that's a good thing. So it's gonna be worth it to add them to like res your fire team. Next thing, shield matching. So they're gonna make like the damage and non-matching damage type more resistant. So you're gonna have to have shield matching. I like that. I really like that. So you're gonna have to consider your weapon for that. And they're gonna do some change in the launch screen so you can see the rule of the game, how to play it, and so on and so forth. Moving on, there's like some change with the blockers. So the 10 mode blocker has boosted health. So it's because usually it's kind of useless sending a 10 mode blocker. The 15 mode blocker, the night blocker, is going to gain a stasis attack just to make it more annoying. But I think his health is going to be lower because I think it was harder to kill if you didn't have special or heavy. So that's good. So they plan to put his health down a little bit, but they're adding that stasis attack. Mode draining. So that's a quite interesting one. So the mode draining will stop if you have a person close to the box. What do you call it? Where you deposit it. So like this, you're giving a chance so you don't fully drain, and then you can kill all the blockers. So I like that idea. So it paused basically when you buy the what do you call it? It doesn't say. Anyway, if you buy it, like it's gonna drain. So I like that idea. Um, and the other thing is that during the primeval phase, if you send some blockers, it will drain them. So I don't know if like it's gonna have to stop damaging the primeval and you're gonna have to farm for some more modes to deposit. It's kind of like I kind of unsure about that because they say like right now if you play and you have the primeval, when you send blockers, like the no one take care of the blockers, everybody's focusing on to the primeval, right? Which makes sense. So it's used as for the other team to send blocker, I guess, in some way. So they're gonna make it more worth it basically this time. All right, moving on to ammo economy. So some of the big change you're gonna do with ammo economy is that you will be able to get more heavy and more special ammo. So you don't like start like sometimes there's only an one heavy ammo brick at pairing, but instead they're gonna have a crate where you can each player can go pick up from that. A little bit like what was it? Was it like the battleground? When you start the battleground, there was a heavy crate you can go pick up ammo, and everybody had access. You had a certain timer, so they're gonna do that, which is good. So it's called an ammo chest. Basically, it's gonna be spawning of the front every 60 seconds. So that's gonna give a chance for everybody to get heavy ammo and special ammo. So I'm quite happy about that. That's a good change. So like this, if you get invaded, you can have a fighting chance against the invader. Moving on, the primeval fight. So they added a bonus help for the primeval. Sorry. So they basically changed it so you cannot just like kill him in no time. So that's very good. I'm pretty happy about that. It's gonna give you more incentive finishing it, if that makes sense. Envoy respawn at 30% of the primeval damage done, so every 30%. This increase by 10% every envoy respawn. So that you have to destroy them to be able to do more damage. The Malfeasant quests start on the first primeval kill. Yeah, I don't remember the Malfeasance quest. I think I completed it, but okay, cool. So you get the quest right away, I guess, or like it's one of the steps.
And that's a great way to get a high level drop because those legendary weapon quests, when you're trying to level up on that grind, will definitely get you high level drops. That's why I actually kept one of my risk runner quests. So
Oh yeah.
hopefully I'll be able to pull that out and get a high level energy weapon drop.
That's good. All right, and moving on to invasion. So invasion, they made the invader not as powerful now. So there's a fighting chance for the other team. Level advantage is now disabled for invader PvP. So you don't actually have to have a PvP loadout, if that makes sense. Um, so and also the portal is gonna be triggered at 40 and 80 mode threshold. And the phase, the primeval phase invasion are unchanged, so it's going to be appearing. The invasion can no longer be saved up, so when it's appearing, you're gonna have to use it or you're gonna lose it. So it's a good thing. So like this, you don't get invade like 4 or 5 times in a row or something. Invader no longer see how many modes you have, and also the nameplates fade out after a while. So that's pretty cool because then you can start baiting. Because when the invaders show up, you always like go one bank all your modes. Well, like if you have one person with 15 modes, you can stay back, and the person with 0 modes can like kind of like bait the invader to show where he is, and he can go at the deposit spot or something. So quite interesting, quite happy about that. So what's the other thing? Uh, so they found a bug on how the primeval ill effect was being applied. I think there was an issue. I don't know if it was what you played the other day, and the primeval kind of ill back at some point, but we killed him, and it showed we lost. But then at the stat
That was us.
screen,
Yeah.
it was like saying we
We
won. It
won.
was like
Yeah.
so weird. Yeah, so I think they're gonna fix some of those issues, and also like when an invader kill someone, the primeval is gonna get exactly 27% of health every time. Okay, instead of between 5 and 35%. All right, moving on to rewards. Yes, this is a long Gambit twab. It's mainly about Gambit. So as you can see on the picture here, so that's like they're focusing the coding. You can see new armor. You're gonna be able to farm for the servant leader, palindrome, some good weapon. Quite happy that you're gonna be able to do that. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it with the crafting though, but anyway, we'll see. So focusing, so you can focus a Gambit engram into either a Gambit armor or weapon for 10,000 Glimmer and 50 legendary shard. Price is pretty good. That's very decent. So what the weapon included, we saw on top, crowd pleaser, bottom dollar. Oh, sorry, I say palindrome. It's bottom dollar. Trinary system, borrow time, and servant leader. Brand new Gambit weapon are drop only for the single season, and then available for focusing. So you'll only get like one drop, and then have the rest is like focusing. Okay, because it's like similar to trials. You need to get the drop to be able to focus on them, right? So other drifter change to some of the gun that was there before been removed. So Bygone, Trust, and Bad Omen. And match drop. There's a Gambit memento for weapon crafting, so you can get it at the drop of any match. I guess it's gonna be RNG. The older shader and has a small drop to. Sorry, older shader from Gambit is gonna have a small chance to drop also. So if you haven't got any of them, the primeval server or the one we like the most, right? Um, Cosmetic drop can now drop at the end of any match. So I guess it's like a cosmetic. I don't know about this cosmetic drop, but
I think
okay.
maybe shaders it's
Yeah.
talking about. That's kind of the cosmetic that I would
It's the gold shell, so it's gonna be dropping the
Oh, ghost shell.
furtive gold shell. Huh. Okay, cool. That's good. Future and Gambit Lab. All right. So some of the future for Gambit, quite interesting. They're gonna change the bounties, but not yet. I thought they will like change it completely. I don't know if he kept the bounties for Gambit this season and transfer it for next season, if that's gonna work. But what they're gonna do, gonna make some of the repeatable bounty easier to complete because some of them was a little bit crazy. You know, if you had like to get 25 weapon kill, now they change it to 15, which is decent because I don't think you could do it in one match. Sometimes million granite kills from 25 to 5, that's a massive change. So basically it's going to be easier to do Gambit bounties. Super kill from 15 to 10. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy with that. Um, Season 17, they will be making some additional tune changing. So they're gonna add 3 new bounties. I'm not sure. Okay, they can add more bounties. I thought they will change the bounty system, but I guess not.
Maybe we'll get some weeklies.
Back to weeklies.
Back to weeklies.
Yeah.
Or maybe
They say
maybe we could get like mod specific ones. I don't know.
they're
With the
saying
new
here
mod system.
throughout the year we will also be adding bounties specific to Light 3.0's update. What's Light 3.0 update? Are they talking about the subclass 3.0 update? Interesting. I'm not sure what they're talking about, the Light 3.0. Okay. Well, we'll see how the bounty goes, but I'm quite happy they're doing some change here and making it easier to play Gambit and finishing those bounty. We're gonna have Gambit Lab, so there's gonna be an Invasion edition, right? So Invasion Swap. This lab variation play around with who gets a benefit to trigger invasion. So they're gonna pick random person to get to invade. Oh, that'll be cool. During the mode phase, instead of opening on its own invasion portal 1480 modes, you'll instead open your open an invasion portal. Oh wow! As you bank moat, the more moat you're banking, you're gonna get the enemy portal open. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. They expect to completely disrupt and the accepted meta. Yeah, it's totally gonna change the way it is, but I'm quite happy they're doing that. It's the lab, I think, with the trial, what they did with that, is just a good idea, just to test out different versions and see what's popular, right? Motif, okay. The concept of the invader was the guardian to take terror over power and dangerous, something new to have to fight. Okay, so what it is? This we believe the sneaky motif is worth exploring. So is that like you can invade and steal mode? Normal mode drain from having two blockers disabled. Instead, every second the invader is invading, one mode drains directly to the. Oh, that's cool. So you're gonna have to chase for the invader because he's gonna be the one draining. Oh, so you're gonna become hunted. You're not gonna be hunting. You're gonna be hunted. Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
wow.
That's cool. I like that. That's funny. You're gonna see people crouching in the corner, just hiding, just to drain it.
Well, invis
Uh,
hunters, right? And then
oh
throw some
yeah, that would
radar.
be funny.
Boom, gone. Or you just become like a warlock who just flies around in the sky the whole time. Or
Yeah. Oh, I
or
don't know.
imagine you just a titan throw up a bubble and you're just like, I'm gonna wait.
Oh, that would be nasty. Uh, you know what? You threw a bubble right where they deposit to.
Yeah.
So like this, you cannot deposit and you draining. All right. Moving on. That's it for Gambit. So I'm quite excited for the Gambit lab though. That I like the variation like that. I think it's way better than creating another Gambit and reducing the amount of people playing it. So it's like splitting up the population again, but yeah, quite excited for it. All right, they asking about trials. So there's no change for trials so far. They're gonna keep doing the trials lab. Um, oh, sorry, they say they have some funds change. I said there's no change. So what is it? As discussed this early in the season, so they're going to continue to schedule a capture zone and freelancer weekend. So they're gonna maintain the trials lab. Yeah, that's a no change there, right? So here we're moving to schedule a 7 maps for the season. So they're gonna add 7 map, or they're gonna rotate the 7 map, and we're gonna know in advance which map we're gonna be playing on. Because it would be like 7 weekend, right?
Yeah, as you know, I'm not like the hugest
Mm.
person when it comes to trials. So my assumption is if they're saying there's not going to be much changes, maybe it'll just be the maps. I don't know how many maps they have this season, but
Yeah, not sure. But anyway, okay, good to know. They're gonna have some change in the added rewards too, like so new weapon. Um, I think they're still gonna work on it, but the big thing is that Iron Banner will be slightly different. So that's what they're gonna be working on in terms of PvP. So I think that's the idea. Sorry, I read Banner here, but the idea is that they're gonna play with Iron Banner, change it to a similar system. Because I think Trials they did a lot of work on it. I'm quite happy, and they're coming out with 2 new map. Well, not 2 new map. They putting 2 maps from previous times. So we'll talk a lot about it in a few, or it's right there. They talk about it, right? I don't see it. Oh, it's below. Okay, moving on. That's finished for trials. So patch notes, so some ritual change. So I was looking what ritual mean, but it's like the different playlists basically. So in the witch screen, every playlist gonna have their own rewards. So if you do a strike, you can get Vanguard armor or Vanguard weapon. If you're doing Crucible, you're gonna have like Crucible gear and so on and so forth. Make it like a bit easier to do. And the only engram focusing area is gonna be Saint 14 Drifter at the moment. World engram will continue to be granted at major rank on ritual vendors. So when you go see what's his name there, you get like an engram, you go like decode it, you're gonna get a world drop, and the world drop is changing too. So it's gonna be all new weapon from year one. So yeah, quite exciting. Some new gear. You can see some Crucible gear. I guess that's Vanguard, Crucible, Gambit. So that's how some of the new armor is gonna look. I don't know if those are all armor. They're bringing it back. I don't recognize it. Maybe like the Titan, the mark looks similar in the chest, but yeah. All right. Returning Crucible map, like I mentioned, Eternity and Vostok. Eternity, it's the it's a map of the nine almost. It has that look. It's all white with those cube all over the place. I think it used to be a Rumble map, more popular for Rumble. And Vostok is the one from the Iron Lord from Destiny 1, the one, the mountain, and there's snow everywhere. Really like that map, so that should be fun. Eververse, you're talking about no change for Eververse. The Bright Dust system is going to stay the same. You're going to get some for doing the seasonal progression and getting some from seasonal challenge, repeatable bounty on specific vendor, and season pass. That's what I was looking for. And make sure this week is the last time you can claim 700 Bright Dust at the Eververse. So make sure you claim that. It's free. So, and you can see some new armor. Universal armor ornament set available through Eververse starting February 22nd. I think it's gonna be for sale for silver from the look of it. I thought that would be the seasonal armor, but maybe we can get something better. I like that though, the glowing. That's pretty cool. Season pass change. All right. So the Asta seasonal armor are being introduced. I think they stopped doing that in the last year, right? It was only ornament you're getting. Now they're back to give you actually some good stat armor between 57 and 87. All right. Hopefully you can get some good roll on that. Legendary engram have been replaced with focus and roll engram. That's perfect. 5 in total. And the all tier 2. The emblem has been removed and been changed to a sparrow. Okay, sure. Scrounger bonus. Okay, have been overhauled. So like if you want to get increased seasonal weapon armor drop, it got changed. Okay. So it doesn't separate the weapon type or ritual activity, and it now apply to both season pass, legendary weapon, and all activity at once. Oh, okay, that's good. 2 weapon scourge bonus instead of 6. And the first bonus grant the player a small chance to receive a weapon from the ritual activity. Okay. Total drop chances unchanged from previous season. So they're just modifying slightly, make it like so you don't change ghosts all the time, I guess. Armor might be the same thing. It's like the weapon. I'm looking here. Small amount upgrade module. Okay, we'll see with the season pass. It's not something I'm too worried about. We'll get what we get. Shattered Throne Crawlway. They got to fix an issue where people were getting a lot of Idlimer, Engram, and XP. So there's not gonna be any more people like
Good.
farming there
Oh my
because it's
gosh.
like
You
What's
see
the
people
point?
with like rank of 1,005, or I saw
Yeah.
rank of 4,000 one time.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were going the troll way and just farming with the sunspot or yeah, with the Titan. Mm. Oh well, they remove it. It doesn't affect me, but it will affect the people that like to grind AFK grinding. Bus stomp. So that's a quite interesting one. You know, when you get a bus stomp, you get flying off and you can get killed. We saw it earlier with Last Wish when the Riven like get his tail or like whatever his arm down the ground, you fly off. There's a chance you can die. Well, they reduce that stomp, so it's not. It's funny because they say this will, but they scratch a will should result in fewer deaths. So the damage should be reduced, which is good. I'm happy about that. Next thing what we have here is Still Series doing like a collaboration with Destiny. They have a nice headset, mouse, and mouse pad or keyboard pad, what do you call it? It's like the huge one. You can put your keyboard and mouse. So pretty nice. I don't mind. I like Still Series. I wear the headset Still Series Arctic one. Very good. I really like it. So they're a good brand. I think my wife has one of the newer Still Series headset with the mic retracting in, so that's pretty cool. And long live the queen. So there's been some issue with the Twitch subscription bounty and the emblem. So people should have get the emblem. I don't think I got mine. I just need to look. But like if on Twitch you can put the add-on and have some bounties. So I need to look into that to fix ours. And the big launch of the Witch Queen. There's the release schedule. Hopefully they're gonna be done at that time, like they say. I can expect it's gonna take longer. They might run into some issue. Who knows? They're saying Air Player using PlayStation 4 version of Destiny 2 will require download all associated Destiny 2 required content before playing the Witch Queen. Huh. I thought it would be for every console or even PC. My expectation is that most console and PC player will have to download an update after they log in after reset. But yeah, for us it's just gonna be click and play, and we're gonna be in the waiting list, right? We'll see how it goes. Hopefully nothing's gonna crash, right?
People
Uh,
always have that day one patch right after.
mhm.
So with Stadia, obviously, you're not going to feel any of the updates or downloads. You're just going to be able to play instantly.
I think the only issue we might get is the contacting server. Usually we get that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just the server get overflow and some people are not connecting well.
Right. It always
Mm.
gives you that too many people are playing, and then there's a
Mm.
countdown. We've seen that.
We're gonna have a million people jumping in at the same time. So yeah, we're gonna fry their server. I don't know what's gonna happen, but like, oh, hopefully they have some good cooling system in their server room. But yeah.
Yep.
Exorcism, if you haven't done it yet, there's been an issue where people were like skipping the cutscene. I think that Bungie put like a video on YouTube also showing the cutscene for the people who haven't seen it. It caused a lot of issue, and asking the people to not skip the final cutscene. Yeah, that's annoying. People do that. It's screwing up the quest and screwing up everybody's activity basically.
Yeah, you had a good idea with that. I just set up a LFG and I
Hmm.
said, please don't skip the cutscene. And then I was like, oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, I think Paul Tassi did the same thing. That was the way to go. Yeah, but like, come on, people, you shouldn't skip. Like, I don't know. I was expecting like a community event, but I guess not. Wayfinder compass rotation. If you're still working on it, now it's rotating. Uh, e- e- what is it? They say like the mod rotation. Oh. Oh, it's gonna still be available? I'm confused. Oh no,
Yeah,
okay.
the mods that the dealers sell, right?
Oh, okay, that was this week. Yeah, I was like thinking after the witch screen, okay, it's gonna rotate like well, that was the last rotation is today, so if you haven't got any of the mod, they're probably gonna be available a random drop later on, or 801's gonna be selling it. I'm not too worried. I think I have them all. Um, yeah, make sure you claim your Bungie reward because they're gonna be going away. The Twitch gift sub, that's something else I mentioned earlier. All the weapon from year 4 is going to be vaulting, so if you didn't have a chance to get them, they're going to be gone until they bring it back. There's some known issue they're going to be fixing with the hunter, and there's some video I haven't watched yet. I'm probably going to watch it after that, but that's pretty much it. That's the last swab of this year of Bungie, so next week, the Witch Queen.
Ooh,
That's going to be good. I'm quite
yes.
excited for it.
Oh my God, finally, we're gonna get new content after a 6-month drought,
Mm-hmm.
to say the least. Well,
Yeah.
um, all I can say is I've packed all my bags, I've cleaned my vault, I'm ready to go. So
Yeah, I think I try to keep my vault under 400. But the issue is that I have a bunch of ship and sparrow there just to accumulate some what do you call it? Glimmer. Because always an issue like in the new season, you buy stuff, you upgrade them, and then you run out of glimmer. But now it's gonna be easier because you're just gonna go see Raoul, Master Raoul at the tower, and you can get glimmer. So everything that Spider's gonna have is gonna be with Master Raoul, which I
yeah.
like. But I still have that 6,000 spiral that I need to spend, and I don't know how I'm gonna be spending it, but we'll see.
All right. Well, let's jump into some news we got coming at you for the Stadia news of the week. So this part of the show, we like to cover what's up in Stadia. So we got here Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So fans of the game will be able to look forward to a new roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
So Ubisoft has announced a couple dates coming up very soon in the near future. We got February 24th to 25th. They're going to do a free weekend. So that's going to be pretty exciting for people who want to play the game. And then on March 10th, basically, it's all the hype for the game expansion. So the Dawn of Ragnarok. A lot of stuff going on there. And then we have a game update, the 1.5 patch, which will, I'm sure, clean up a lot of things in the game. I feel like 1.5, similar with Cyberpunk, we'll get into later, is like what the developers wanted to launch the game at.
Yeah, that's a good move on Ubisoft to do a free demo, free access for Assassin's Creed before they release the new DLC. Get you hooked up so you can buy the DLC, right?
Yeah, it's just good planning.
Yeah,
Good
that's
planning.
good.
We have a spillover event which has arrived on Rainbow Six Extraction. So it looks like there is a crisis that has arrived, and there's a major event, large scale threats. They're trying to bring more people into here. So it's pretty cool that they have a live event going on. They say here, as sprawl colonies spread across hot zones, players must use a new dissolution agent canisters to draw out waves of enemies to wipe out colonies of alien sprawls. So I assume it's you got this new item and you're using it on the weapons there. So yeah, they're trying to draw people back in. I mean, I think the last thing I heard was 5 million people, I think, playing Extraction. So pretty
Mm.
impressive numbers coming out of that game, I will say.
No, definitely. I just haven't went back to it for a while now. That's good. They updating like some of adding like some new thing activity. Just to get us back onto it. I'm probably gonna have to try it.
Yeah, I still have never fought like the Protean or something. I think you have to do it at like the more difficult levels, but
Mm.
I think that's like the one game mode I have not done out of all of them because they throw it like way harder down the line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's kind of like an alien version of an operator, and then he's
Hmm.
like, you got to take him out. But yeah. Um, Coming up next, people who are at home, and we state this: you have to be sitting beside somebody on a couch to play this game.
Hmm.
It's free to play this weekend. If you have not tried it yet, you do have a little bit of time to get into this. It's free up until the 21st. So I think that's tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow.
Yes. So one thing I will say is that I think there's only one game you can play 2 player. The rest is like three to
Good
six
point.
players.
Yeah, yeah, good point to bring up. The one that we did play was talking points. You guess a word, and then somebody tries to build sentences to help you figure out the word. Um, yeah,
It's a
I'm in.
team. It's a teamwork. So yeah, you choose a word and you get giving those a choice of specific word, and you need to like make it match so that the other person can get it. It was funny because yesterday I think I had airplane, so it was easier because you could see all the stuff I was putting because it was
Yeah,
showing up on your screen. I just couldn't see it, but then I
yeah,
was like, oh,
okay.
it's an airplane. I think I put like not the tube or something like that, not the
No, you
tube.
said it
Uh,
had an engine in it, and it was not a person.
yeah, exactly.
And I
You
guessed
got it. I was
airplane.
like, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
That was funny.
master guesser. Um, So there is some fun to be had, but make sure you're on the couch, and then remember you gotta have a phone, and then you go to the actual Jackbox website to
Hmm.
play that way. Zombie Army 4 Seasons Pass 1 contents now available. So this I thought would be just automatically updated onto the Stadia game if you have it. People who were on Pro back in May 2020 were able to claim the game. But you actually have to go claim the seasons pass for free. So you have to go to the store, you have to look up Zombie Army 4, and then it'll say seasons 1 pass, and then it's download for free. So make
Oh,
sure you do
okay.
that. Make sure you claim it up. I'm not sure how long it'll be free for. But also, if you've never played Zombie Army 4, pretty cool third person horde type gameplay. Um, with a lot of variety in weapon types, zombie types, upgrading. I had a lot of fun going through it. I beat each of the levels, so yeah, it was fun.
Oh.
Would definitely recommend it. Coming up to Chorus, we spoke a little bit about that. The free demo is now available on Stadia. So be sure to check it out if you're interested. A lot of really cool elements in there, great graphics, cool story. The teleport behind ship
Mhm.
function took a lot out of what I don't like about dogfights, which is I'll just get lost in the random corners of the space.
Try to go behind the like ship. Yeah, I think it's just like make it easier. It's good
Yeah.
though. I really like the graphic too, like at 4K. Wow, it was like quite beautiful. It was rendering very well. I think there was some issue at launch with the rendering for the graphic, the texture not showing it right away, but
Oh,
now it's
okay.
all fixed. So,
That happens. Yeah.
mhm,
We have two game releases on the earlier this week, which was my birthday, which was pretty cool. But we have Dynasty Warriors 9, which is a I don't even know how to say it, strategic um game where you're like first I don't even know how to describe this game. You're like a third person view. It's
yeah.
hordes that you're slashing with your weapons, but you got to be strategic where you focus your time
Mhm.
on because it's like strategic positions on the battleground that you need to
Yeah.
be at.
Hmm. And it's like a hack and slash. So if you have
You
play
hack and
Hyrule,
slash. Yeah.
if you have play a Hyrule Warrior, it's the same type. So Dynasty Warrior was like the first one.
Yeah.
So we have a Dynasty Warrior 9. I think it's like came out in 2018, but Still like a very fun game to play if you haven't played that kind of game. Graphically, it's like looking very nice. So yeah,
And
cool.
first type of this genre, I believe, to
Hmm.
come onto Stadia. So
Yeah.
good to see Stadia reaching out to all the different types. And now we have My Hero One's Justice 2, which is anime, and I don't know too much about this game, forgive me. It's based off of an anime series,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's a 3D arena fighter. So that gives me the vibes of like Dragon Ball Z. Have you put any time into Dragon Ball Z?
No, not yet. Still didn't get into it. Probably should.
Reminds me of that's what I think of when I hear 3D arena fighter. So, but that's got another story behind it. So pretty cool if you're into that anime and you can follow it up all on Stadia. And then we have the big patch, the patch of all patches, Cyberpunk, 2077. 1.5, right? They're coming
Yeah.
up. Like I said, this is what they wanted to release at, in my mind.
Exactly. So they fix a lot of that change. So if you have finished a game, it suggests that you restart from the beginning because they changed so many like weapon type where like now like there's certain weapon instead of having 6 body, you need 10 body. So you're gonna have to redistribute your attribute point, and because you cannot reset that, well, you probably gonna need to rebuild it completely. They make it so the stealth way of playing it, uh, it's more favorable for you than doing the just run and gun basically.
Yeah, which I mean, I played it in the first month, so I feel like that's how I played it, run and
Hmm.
gun.
Yeah,
And
I did that for a while afterwards, but I really like to sneak and snipe everybody.
yeah,
Apparently, there's like a type of loadout you can go with, like a throwing knife. Apparently, that's very good now. So, because it's more stealthier, the ad's gonna have more health or something, or they're gonna be harder to kill. The headshot doesn't do as much damage. So, yeah, quite interesting. All the stuff. I think I watched a video on YouTube. The person was going through every little detail. So, and some of the armor don't have as many slot to put like a mod on there. So instead of having 4, they're all down to 2 or 1.
yeah, because you could
And
really tip the favors. I think I had a lot of 4 slot armors with just like
mm,
max armor buff, so I was almost unstoppable when it came to that last mission.
yeah, that's what it is. So they want to make sure you can like, yeah, you can survive, but you gotta be more have more tactic to like play basically.
Yeah, and I think I think maybe my point of jumping back in will be when they get a bit more content. This seems to be like overall fixes to everything.
Hmm.
Like fix an issue where Judy never called to start the quest, fixed an issue where he never spawned. Like so it's just more like there's no adding, so I look forward to the roadmap. I believe they said new content was on the way, but
Yeah,
um
everybody was hoping that will have been during this update, but 1.5 was like, oh, you can get a new DLC now. They just fixed the game, so now it's running on everything.
works properly. A
Yeah,
year and a half later.
exactly. Um,
Oh well. Jump into Cyberpunk right now. It's the best time to play it if you haven't. So
yeah, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's like, I think it's still cheap, right? Oh, so it's still like $30. Was it Bliss was saying that the other day? So it was like a decent price. So it's
yeah,
worth
I'm
it
not
to,
able to see that, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, other than that, some solid news. We should be hearing what games we're getting for March
Hmm.
coming up this Tuesday. So that'll be exciting. And obviously, we're going to have Witch Queen to really just jump into. I'm sure a lot of streams will be happening. We'll try to hang out at least one night for Witch Queen and go through some stuff. Obviously, there's a new campaign. I know you'll probably want to stream all the story in it.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna have to do that. And I still need to put in the what you call it, put in the video for
Oh,
the seasonal. So
thanks,
for the
man. So Cyberpunk right now is on sale.
$30, it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
Mm,
Thanks, man.
yeah, sweet. So go for it. It's a good game to play, and now it's everything is fixed. It's so easy.
Yeah.
It just yeah, I really like it when I play it. I don't know if I can ever go back to it because I finished completely everything, or I think I had a couple more achievement, but it's like getting to the point like it's crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, I completely finished everything except one mission, which I remember specifically, where you went on the rooftop and you had to do like the pistol shooting the targets with like the gang in like the rundown part of the city. And I just could not get, and the fighting part. I feel like when I was doing the
Uh,
fighting and like it was like not working for me at all. I built
uh,
my character all towards it. I put all the stuff. I just feel like in those early months it wasn't working properly.
yeah, there's a lot of quests that wasn't working properly,
Yeah.
but now
But
they're
other
all
than that,
fixed. Yeah.
I'd cleared everything. I did the everything Johnny Silver had asked for me. You know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
a big Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
fan, so yeah, it was pretty cool.
Canadian too, so
Portuguese Canadian.
yeah. Well, yeah. He call it. It say he's like East Canadian, but yeah, he was born in Portuguese. So yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Um yeah, and other than that, I think that's what we got for Stadia this week in terms of news. Is there anything else you've got to add on the news stream that you've seen?
No, the only thing I think was this week, Google released like more detail about for developer or like for people creating games to put on Stadia, how they're gonna pay, and they showed a bit of like the tests, like how to test it with like the cloud service. So I think it was like more a way to show the developer how easy it is to test anything on Stadia before they release it to everybody. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. That's like they try to make it easier for the developer to release game on Stadia because I'm thinking like we're gonna get more and more AAA coming up. I don't know which one. I know Stadia say on Twitter that there's more news coming, so stay tuned. Maybe the next Stadia log or Stadia news we're gonna get. It's gonna be like their big announcement. So they're looking at from the like from the Twitter they put in, they were saying about content. So maybe new addition to Stadia itself, the what you call it, just like the way it look, maybe the
The
UI, or
blades?
yeah, or I don't know if they're gonna
Yeah.
change the blades. I think it's gonna be more like they're gonna add more features similar to like Steam Connect or Stream Connect, sorry, or like the voting system, so on and so forth. So I'm quite excited for it. I can't wait to see what they're gonna add. Um, yeah.
Oh, you know what was interesting I ran into on the Prime Gaming loot
Mm-hmm.
section, and I don't know why, and obviously I think this is not going to mean anything, but if you look under Grand Theft Auto 5, it shows Stadia as an available platform.
What? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Look up
Oh.
let me try and share it before we log out cuz I was looking at it today. I saw I think it was John Scar had pointed it out on YouTube
Oh
or
wow.
Twitter there.
So is that an ant that's coming, or like? Because I
I
know there
like
was.
why would they bring it at the end of its life? I don't know, but
Well, it's maybe at the end of his life, but it's still like a very high population there, and there's already talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. So who knows, right?
oh,
Um,
I wish on a fish.
I know that it's funny because there was a rumor before that like Grand Theft Auto was coming to Stadia, and now if that's like who knows, maybe like Amazon decide to put it into their Prime Gaming like that. Um, quite
Wait for
interesting.
it. Is it coming up?
Yeah, it's there.
There it is. See?
Oh yeah, right on top there. Available on PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Stadia.
And Stadia. So that's a little bit of rumor there. Like what?
That is so funny. Well,
Yeah,
either Stadia's gonna tell us that they bring in the game or not. Maybe it's gonna be in
come on.
a pro game for next month. Would that be funny? Damn. Awesome.
Oh, it's not at the end of its life. I'm sure it's not at the end of its life. Okay. When Grand Theft Auto 5 first came out, I was living in a apartment with three roommates and I was working like my first job. Like it was a different time in life. And now it's like feels like GTA 5 came out a century ago. I'm married, I have a dog,
It
I'm
did.
like living in a house.
I
Like,
think it's over 10 years old,
oh
isn't
my
it?
gosh. Like they're just yeah.
Let's see when it was released. GTA
And that's the
5.
thing, like, there is no way that GTA 5 was able to do the same thing as Destiny in terms of, like, just upgrading content, adding new things,
It's just
like,
a multiplayer.
revamping it.
The multiplayer piece, that's what's very popular. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It came out in 2013, 11
Wow.
years
So,
old.
yeah, right, it's very comparable to Destiny 2, right?
Yeah, sorry, close to 10 years old. Yeah, yeah, it's just a different type of game. I think
Yeah.
I remember playing Grand Theft Auto, was it San Andreas, and even though I've completed the game, right, I was just going around and stealing car and killing people, and then and the game was like to try to get to 5 star or 6 stars
Yeah.
and get the army chasing you and try to survive the longest. I don't know. It was just
Yeah.
like fun,
That's fun.
right?
Yeah.
So now they have that feature where you play multiplayer, you're online with other people, and people, you try to have a house and stuff like that. When you die, people steal your money, steal your stuff. So, yeah, I can see that it's still going. People still love it.
Yeah, that's true. It was fun. I hope we get something easy to do in the cloud like that
Hmm.
because that'd be pretty awesome.
Exactly.
Um all right. I want to say thank you to our sponsors for the or our not our sponsors, our news sources for the show. Stadia Source, thanks for providing us always with a lot of great news to be able to talk about on the podcast. As always, I think that's all we grabbed from today.
Hmm.
Our closing notes. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, like the video, hit that notification bells for an alert when our podcast hits the air. Leave a comment. Tell us about what's going on in your Stadia life. You can find Stadia Party Chat Podcast, the audio version of our podcast, on Anchor, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Google Pocket Cast, anywhere you can get audio podcasts. So thanks for hanging out. That's the news for this week. We thank you for tuning in, hearing our thoughts on the news. Look forward to sharing more in the future. As always, I'm Rue Diggs, aka Ricardo, giving you my perspective on the cloud, and always joined by my super co-host. I'm gonna do your sign off.
All right, I'm Sebastian or Nad614. I'll see you guys in the community for Destiny. And yeah, watch for our next stream. It's gonna be like the um release of Witch Queen. So quite excited about it. Can't wait for it. I'll see you guys out there.
All right, awesome.